Okay, I'm just setting myself up here with the telephone. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm reaching over for the microphone. I'm so accustomed to reaching for it. Okay, good evening, everyone. So today is Wednesday, and 30 minutes of dialogue followed by a meditation. Yesterday, we had some difficulties, technical difficulties. Those things happen. So we were sharing on trust. So we will continue on trust a bit and whatever else may come up to share. We have to. It's a must. Trust in the creative action of life. And life within us knows. We have to surrender. Just trust and let go. Where you're going is better than where you've been. The mountain and the road are our self-made thoughts. Release in gladness and in trust. It is an opportunity because we've gone so totally contrary to what has been given to us. And it's an opportunity for us to apply spiritual principles to everyday living. It's an opportunity for us to become aware, and awareness is the key to transformation, that God is the source of all supply, not some supply, all supply. And we must look to God, not to man. Someone asked me yesterday, am I at peace within myself? And without any hesitation, I said, yes, I am. I'm doing what I love. I'm loving what I do. I have obeyed and continue to obey the silent command of the inner voice, trusting that it knows. I'm just the vessel. I'm just the instrument, allowing myself to be used. And how we will be used is immaterial. God is the source of all, infinite supplier, unlimited, unrestricted, eternally free. So we have to, more now than ever, we have to turn our attention inward. We have to give up the image that we have made. So you can see yourself differently. So you can see yourself another way. So you can see yourself through eyes of love. Your true self in the image in which you were created. You know, we like to think that when we have challenges confronting us, that you are somehow in an impossible situation. Only because you think it's possible to be in one. Let go and trust. Life within us knows. You know, we can hear these words spoken over and over and over and over, but we really have to apply them, these principles, to daily living. You're allowing life within to be your teacher and friend. Trust and know that your inner splendor is emerging. And you are allowing love to bring you into a greater awareness, a deeper sense of trust and understanding of life. And life is now. Now is all there is. You are releasing in trust and remembering what is real. You're opening your appetite so you can be fed. Hear the call. Trust and listen. You're removing all trace of fear from your disturbed and tortured mind. And you're letting go in gentleness and trust. You're removing all of the unreportable mental activity that keeps the mind in a state of fear. You want to relate only to what does not change. The reality that is you. Be true to yourself. Your blackest nightmares all mean nothing. Nothing. God knows you only as you are created in the image and likeness of purity, perfection, perfect, whole, and complete. So we have to allow the energy to flow uninterrupted and in the right direction. You're turning your weaknesses into strength, strength that comes from within, inner strength. You're giving yourself space and room to explore and discover. You're allowing the memory of God to come to your quiet mind. And you're singing the song of freedom. You're freeing yourself from the dictates of a false self. And you're allowing the light. Your light body is your blueprint to heal your wounded emotional body. We've all been scarred and wounded. What you feel will always dominate what you would like to be. The soul conceives, the mind creates, and the body experiences. God is ready. Are you? Trust and be aware of the unfailing companionship that is yours as you travel lightly. Trust in God I am to speak to you, certain that the source that gave you life will never fail you, will never desert you. Do not dismiss what you're hearing. Think about it. Allow it to resonate within you, bringing you into a greater awareness of the reality that is you, your true self. What am I? I am love. It takes enormous effort and willingness to break mind patterns that have dominated us, intellectual time concepts. And we find time and time again and again repeating the same mistakes in different forms until we learn from it and move on, until we learn to trust in the creative action of life, learn to shift our perception so we can see differently, so we can see with eyes of love. We have to die to the old and allow the new to emerge. And it takes courage to let go and trust, to face the difficulties without fear, to overcome all obstacles. I have never seen an obstacle put in my way that was not surmounted or removed. All seeming obstacles will be removed before you reach them. Your path will be made straight with no stones to trip on. Nothing you need will be denied you. Trust in the creative action of life. Not one seeming difficulty will melt away. Your path will be made straight. You are light's representative here on earth. You came in to bring the pure reflection of what you are into this man-made, mundane world. So we have to have a sense of courage, bravery to step out of the momentum of time, to turn your back, which is what I did, to turn your back on the thought system of man and put your attention on the thoughts of God. And this is not something that happens overnight or in a day or two. You're developing, through your practice, your devotion, you're developing a sense of trust because you're looking within. And you have a tool that has 365 lessons that's leading you step by step through the evolving process. And it's telling you, seek not to answer, but to receive the answer as it is given. And that is all. Add more, and you will take away the little that is asked. We're not being asked to do what lies beyond our understanding. All we're being asked to do is to let the light in. All life is one life. Let the light in. Do not interfere. Let it be what it is, light. You only possess what you possess in consciousness. And your consciousness is your world, and your world represents your thoughts. And you do not want anything that you have made because it's not real. It's not of the light. You want to occupy the throne of your consciousness. You want to stand guard at the door of your mind. Consciousness, the Course teaches us, is the receptive mechanism for receiving from above or below. Higher vibration, lower vibration. You are pure consciousness. You are watching, you're seeing your own transfiguration taking place in the mirror of your mind. There is someone with you who knows all the facts, past, present, and to come. How many times we thought we were right without realizing we were wrong. Our interpretations are based on our state of mind because you are your thoughts. We think with thought, we see with thought. And our upside down perception is ruining our peace of mind. We're not seeing clearly. So it takes courage, bravery to move, to make a decision, to live differently, to see differently, to think differently. And courage is one of the most important qualities for making your dreams come true. Because you are you're preparing yourself, you're molded for the expanding work that you came here to do. And your way is straight. Your mind is clear. And vision is showing you where to go. Because one who knows is leading the way. My will is firm. My heart is strong. And my mind is clear. My holy vision sees all things as pure. So it takes a sense of boldness to just choose differently. You are on the greatest adventure of your life. And it's a journey without distance. We're already there. We just have to wake up and remember. You're freeing yourself of doubt, uncertainty, limitation, unworthiness, despair, suffering, lack. And you're stopping the deceitful pattern of delay, which is one of the greatest impediments to successful living. All we need to discover is the simple truth. You are the seeker, seeking to remember the truth of what you are. And it's the unspeakable voice that you will come to trust, to recognize, and to trust. You are making an exchange. You're opening your mind to light's correction. You do not want anything that you have made. because it has not given you what you're yearning for, peace. You're opening your mind to receive what is rightfully yours. So the old foundation has to collapse. It's breaking down. Let it collapse. You do not want anything that you have made. You're discarding the old for the new. And you're trusting. You know, the Course teaches us one of the most difficult temptations to recognize is that to doubt a healing because of the appearance of continuing symptoms is a mistake in the form of lack of trust. Ask for what already belongs to you. It's your birthright. It is your divine right. If we are not expressing beauty, health, harmony, prosperity, wealth, abundance, which are our spiritual birthright, it's because you're not fulfilling the terms of the trust agreement. God is the divine vine, and we are the branches. And a branch cannot bear fruit unless it's rooted in the vine. Otherwise, it has no life. It's weak, lifeless, because it's cut off from the vine. I am the vine, ye are the branches. By their fruits you will know them, and they will know themselves. Bring forth much fruit with patience and careful cultivation. You're trusting, you're patient, you're allowing. We have gone totally contrary to what has been given to us. There's nothing so obedient as a disciplined mind that can trust and follow your intuition, follow your own star. The path is unique for each of us. Love is your refuge and security. Have faith and trust. Why build your home on sand, which is what we've done? Why build your home on sand so it can be washed away? Why build your home on a feather's nest where it can be blown away? Build your home on solid rock where it is an ark of safety. When you do what you love and love what you do, you are doing it for the health of your soul. Trust. And you can bring about things beyond reason. You're using the most powerful device given to you to use. Your mind and the tools of your soul. The false self we identify with, it's as real, is restless and inquisitive, always lurking about. Take your restless, inquisitive, wandering mind and bring it into the light to settle down. To be a manifester, you must trust. You must be willing to accept the higher vibration of energy so you can manifest at the physical level. Spirit, light, manifesting through the flesh, the physical. You're trusting in the wisdom that created you. And if you really desire to change your life and become aware of what you are, really do want peace of mind and spiritual development, then A Course in Miracles will lead you through the evolving process, showing you clearly how it is to be done step by step. As you apply the principles and remain faithful in your sincerity and application of them. You cannot be casual. That creates casualties. You will advance. Your desire is to see differently, to see all things with eyes of love. Single vision, one-pointedness. My holy vision sees all things as pure, that I may pass them by in innocence. The innocent mind does not judge. It sees clearly. Let all appearances seem pure as you trust in the light of innocence. You know, all of the calamities, all of the mishaps that mankind has encountered is not the will of God. It's due to our disobedience. We thought we had a better idea. It's due to our disobedience of divine principles. God's will seems to be imprisoned while the mind is not unified. And so creation continues, maintained in full force, because that is the will of God. And God's will is always unified. It has no opposite. Nothing is new, we have to understand. Only the form changes. Everything has been given to us. You know, down the centuries has come the command, seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all else will be added. Right ideas, right use of the mind. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Know thyself. Well, to know yourself, you have to meet yourself. And yourself is not found outside. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. There is no other, only you. And you are what your thoughts have made you. What I do to you, I do to me. What I think of you, I think of me. What I see in you, I see in me. Content never changes. Ask, and you will receive. Ask. Ask for what already belongs to you. God cannot give what God does not have. And everything has been given to you. Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from his mouth. Not just work, rest, and sleep. Every word of truth. Thought, word, action. As a man thinketh in his heart, didn't say head, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The heart of man is the mind of God. Are you using the mind or allowing the mind to use you? Most of us are not using the mind. The mind is using you because we're identifying with a false self. We have to develop a sense of trust. Thy faith has made thee whole. Faith in God, not faith in illusions. Faith in illusions is faithlessness. It's faith in nothing. And from nothing comes nothing. As you sow, so shall you reap. Every thought has its consequence. God's law forever gives and never takes. God does not want to take from us the little that we have. Give up what you've made. Trust in the creative action of life. I am under no laws but God's. Love is the law of love. And when we use the law correctly, all that we desire comes into manifestation in God's wise and wonderful way. So we have to trust and apply spiritual law, principles to everyday living. And when we violate the law, we need not be surprised at anything that happens. Because when we violate the law, we shut ourselves off from our God-given natural power. Which means you're not using the mind is using you. What is the same cannot be different. What is one cannot have separate parts. In the sameness is the truth. Our selfish and insane desires have separated us from what is real. And what is unseparated must be joined. And what is joined cannot be separate. There's no joy in separation. The truth is in your memory. Trust in the creative action of life and allow life to be your teacher and friend. And watch your own transfiguration taking place in the mirror of your mind. As you travel lightly. Relax your mind. We're entering into light. I invoke the energies of all the ascended masters, archangels, and angels to be with us. We welcome your grace and your presence. May the power of the spoken word pour freely from my lips and drop like pearls into your consciousness to dissolve what does not belong in a very graceful and surgical manner. Feel the charge of energy in the words so they come alive and awaken your divine faculties, drawing out what is already within, waiting to emerge. Realize your divinity as the light of the world. The main purpose of coming into this manifestation is to represent what you are. And for that you needed a body. You are light, love, and wisdom eternally. Practice gaining detachment from your mind. Shower yourself with rays of light. Close your eyes and tell yourself, I am here to joyously serve the light. I am here to joyously serve the light. Practice using the resources of your soul, one that can be readily drawn upon when necessary. It is always at your disposal. There's no limit to its capacities. You came into this world to bring the laws of another world into this world. Tell yourself, I lose the world from all I thought it was. I lose the world from all I thought it was. Those who see God through the eye of their soul see life's love notes sprinkling all through creation, everywhere, in everyone and everything. In selfless devotion to yourself, tell yourself, I am possessed by the light. I am possessed by the light. It is very important that you practice mental discipline regularly. You're connecting with the essence of what you are. Feel your light body. Let your face reflect the joy, grace, and calmness in your mind. Your face indicates the beauty of your soul, the beauty within, radiating out. The face is the indicator of the soul. That is your true self. Listen to your heartbeat. It is the rhythm of your soul. In the quiet of your mind, constant guiding thoughts, a whisper to your soul. The voice of silence is your true self. It is your soul. Be still, trust, and listen. Feel your light body. Relax your mind and recognize the beauty that is you eternally. The mind in turmoil takes away from the beauty of your face, the beauty of your movements, the beauty of your voice, the beauty of your life. Close your eyes and tell yourself, I radiate perpetual health and beauty. I radiate perpetual health and beauty. I am surrounded by an aura of beauty. I am surrounded by an aura of beauty. Beauty is a divine attribute because beautiful objects elevate the mind. Develop your internal senses and add beauty to the world. See with the eye of your soul, for the eye of your soul knows only beauty. Decide it's time for change. Change cannot and does not happen if the old structures remain in place. So it is through the chaos and confusion, by trusting and allowing, not resisting, that change occurs. Be the change you want to see by choosing light. Tell yourself, I choose light. I choose light. Spend an instant with yourself in silence and recognize the unique and exquisite facet of your soul. The path of evolution is to develop, to grow, to undergo change. To change is to transform. And awareness is the key to transformation. You are transforming consciousness from separation to wholeness, from darkness to light, from the mind using you to you using the mind. Choose the golden wings of power. You are filled with the golden light of your limitless abundance. Feel your light body. Feel a sense of release and relief. The soul's richest gift is God. And you will never be satisfied with anything else but the peace of God. In that one desire, all of the desires are satisfied. Allow your soul to speak to you. Trust and be still. Listen to your heartbeat. It is the rhythm of your soul. Listening is sacred. It's a divine gift which few have developed. To listen with your soul means that from the heart of the listener pours out infinite love and compassion to heal the anguished mind. Nourish your soul. How do you nourish your soul? Silence. By reading anything inspirational to be inspired. Inspiration means breathing in. Take in only what nourishes your soul. Know that all things are yours now. And the now that is now is eternal. Feel your light body. Feel a sense of release and relief. Tell yourself, I am trusting in the creative action of life. I am trusting in the creative action of life. I will be still and listen. I will be still and listen. You cannot perceive the soul, yet you cannot know it, while you perceive something else as more valuable. You can only be in a state of joy when you know that your will is one with God. Lay down your defenses. When you lay down your defenses, it is not danger that comes. It is safety. It is joy. It is peace. It is trust. It is God. The more defenses you have, the more insecure you are. Lay them all down before the feet of truth. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully with eyes closed, God is the light in which I see. God is the light in which I see. I see only light. I see only light. Lay down your cruel sword of judgment. Lay down your shield. Take off your armor and come without defenses. Your defenses are what prevents you from moving closer to others. Your part is not to use God, but allow God to use you. It's not about praying to God to remove your fears or asking for material possessions. It's about knowing the truth, and the truth will set you free. Tell yourself, I am a soul. I am a soul. My soul is absorbed in infinite love, light, and wisdom. My soul is absorbed in infinite love, light, and wisdom. Feel your light body. Trust and know that you are being taken care of. It is not the world that moves. It is the mind that moves. The mind is a series of thought moments. Each moment is now. And the succession of moments creates the sense of time. Disengage from time and find solace in the silence of your soul. Tell yourself, in quietness and in confidence is my strength. In quietness and in confidence is my strength. To be still and do nothing is one of the highest virtues. Virtue is strength, and that is how you nourish your soul. Patience is virtue, and virtue is grace, a virtue coming from God. Let your conversations always be full of grace. Grace is the natural state of those who know. In your natural state, there is no difficulty. When you're not in a state of grace, you're out of your natural environment and do not function well. Everything becomes a strain because it's not the environment for which you were created. You can only be in joy when you know you are one with God. That's the only environment in which you will not experience strain, because that is where you belong. The source that gave you life watches over you and denies you nothing. When you deny the truth of what you are by making yourself unreal, you're denying yourself everything. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully with eyes closed. By grace I live, by grace I am released. By grace I live, by grace I am released. Grace is the world's most lofty aspiration. Grace is divine love and protection given to mankind by God. Ask for grace and for the experience that comes from grace. Grace only comes after a deep desire of hunger and thirst for truth. With willingness, trust, and an open mind, you can hear the call to awaken to grace, because the mind is not shut tight against the light. Through diligent and devoted practice, divine grace takes over. You cannot make it alone, and you do not need to. To think that you can live your life alone is foolishness. All you have to do is accept what you are. Grace is the acceptance of the love, light, and wisdom within, given to you to give. It's comforting to know that even the saints could not be in a state of grace all the time. May your rest remain undisturbed as you trust and rest in grace. Let your face shine full of grace. Tell yourself, I rest in grace. I rest in grace. You're receiving now the light of grace as a soothing balm. Once again, tell yourself with eyes closed, I rest in grace. I rest in grace. A mind in its natural state is in a state of grace. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Grace is not given to a body, but to a mind. In grace, you see a light that covers all the world in love, and all fear disappears in the twinkling of an eye, because it is a misperception. To have grace is to be humble. Humility is a virtue, and virtue is inner strength. God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. The gift of grace is carefully preserved within your heart, waiting to be acknowledged. As you sweep away the cobwebs of your sleep and rise up to claim the gift of grace, tell yourself quietly and thoughtfully with eyes closed, I live by grace. I live by grace. I accept the gift of grace. I accept the gift of grace. Experience the sweetness and beauty of grace. When you hold on to the physical body, it loses its beauty. When you release, trust, and use the body as an instrument given to you to serve, you will glow with beauty and grace. This awareness is evident in the lives of many great mystics. When your consciousness becomes pure, the body reflects light and grace. Look with gentle graciousness upon all things. Float like a balloon with ease, grace, and effortlessness. The lightness you feel is the result of rising to a higher frequency of gracefulness. Rest in divine grace as you release graciously. Trust and awaken to grace so you can enjoy gracious living. As a dedication to yourself, tell yourself, I enjoy gracious living. I enjoy gracious living. I am divine grace. I am divine grace. Relax your mind, and in silent readiness, trust and accept your single and only purpose as the light of the world. Your purpose is to serve the light. See your true self in the mirror of silence. Do not be a slave to your own selfish desires, nor be a slave to time and human destiny. Tell yourself, God is the strength in which I trust. God is the strength in which I trust. God is the strength in which I trust. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. I live by grace. I live by grace. Feel your light body. Feel a sense of release and relief. Tell yourself, I accept the gift of grace. I accept the gift of grace. The divine light descends upon us all, and we are purified and blessed. For this, we're grateful. Live by grace. And so it is.